Hello friends, this video is on summary on some amazing book by me and my friends. So book number 1 is Life's Amazing Secret summary by Shivani Bandara. Book number 2 is The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari summary by Panthi Bhatt. Book number 3 is That Will Never Work summary by Samik Parikh. Book number 4 is The Secret summary by Purva Padyal.
I am Shivani Bandara and recently I have completed this book of Life's Amazing Secret by Gaur Gopal Das, and it is really an amazing book by him. It has been very well said by him that we all have three things in common. Which three things? We all are stuck, we all have a journey to complete, and we all have a destination. Okay, just like car balances on four wheels, we must balance our four areas of our life. Which four areas? Personal life, second is relationship, third one is work life, and fourth one is social contribution. Means your contribution towards your society. Okay, we must balance these four areas of our life. So I will be giving some brief on each of the topic explained by him in this book, but for detailed explanation please read this book once in your life. It is an amazing book. It will balance your life definitely. Okay, so first area is personal life. Okay, it has been very well said by him that the mind is what we use to perceive the world. Means we don't see things as they are, we see things as what we are. Like our sunglasses, if we wear our sunglasses, then the way we used to look at the world changes. Okay, so what we have to understand in this thing is the things changes for worse and for better. What we have to choose is our own choice. What we have to choose to pursue is our personal choice. So that is our personal life, and it has been very well explained in this book. You must read it once. Okay. Second area is relationship. Now relationships are like small plants. Small plants need some water to grow. Okay, some kind of care to grow. Similarly, relationships also need some growth, some kind of care. Now, if you want to grow your relationship in a better manner, then you have to use your words properly. Think twice before using your words. I am not saying that don't use any words, but use it properly. Say it in nice way that it will not hurt the other person. Okay, if you have a problem with a person, then differentiate that person and a problem, because when negativity consumes our mind, then we don't only lose the vision to see the beautiful things around us, but also the ability to solve the problem. Okay, so just a way is differentiate that person and a problem. Okay, the third area is work life. So nowadays in work life, competition is growing at much higher rate than earlier one. Okay, so he said that competition is not bad, but competition should be healthy rather than it should be with ourselves rather than others. Okay, so competition should be with ourselves. Grow yourself daily, improve yourself day by day. Okay, the fourth one is social contribution. Means your contributions towards society. Now, it has been very nicely said by Gaur Gopal Das that it is not happy people who are grateful. It is grateful people who are happy. Now, I want to give an example, and it will clear your mind about social contribution. I want to give an example of ice cream and a candle. Now, ice cream is what? If you want to eat an ice cream, before it melts, you want to take all advantages from that ice cream. Now, second thing is candle. Before candle melts, you want to give all kind of light you can give to the society. Okay. Now, ice cream is what takes advantage for yourself, and candle is what you are giving advantage to others. Now it is your choice to become an ice cream or a candle. Okay, so that is social contribution. Lastly, I want to end the summary on this book by saying that just like car, if you feel less air in any of the wheel of the car, then it will slow you down from reaching your destination. Okay, similarly, if you give any less attention in any of the area of our life, then it will definitely slow you down from your destination. So balance your life, balance all four areas of your life, okay? And read this book by Gaur Gopal Das. Thank you.
Hi guys. Uh, Today I'm going to talk about the book which I have been reading, that is The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, written by Robin Sharma. I'm sure many of you have heard about him as well as read books written by him, but those who haven't, you can help yourself here. Well, the book is a fiction based story, and it says or it talks about a famous litigator who suddenly suffers through a heart stroke, and while he's hospitalized, he decides to leave all his present life, that is all his money, his passion, his profession, his Ferrari, everything, and leave and visit India, where he meets the sages and wants to connect himself spiritually, mentally, as well as physically. So it talks about many things which nowadays we really need in ourselves and which can help us. So then he comes back to his friend, and he teaches him what he has learned from the sages, which they are called as sages of Savannah in the Himalayas. And then he teaches him all the lessons and all the methods which he can apply in his personal life, and can improve his living and his surroundings, as well as he can cleanse himself, which is very helpful basically. So if he this book actually says that it's not only important to connect ourselves mentally and physically, but it's also very important to connect our body or ourselves spiritually also, that is to our soul. Well, here they have talked about 2 to 3 methods. Like, there are many, but I'm still reading, so few which I have come across, I'm going to talk about them today. So the first is Heart of Rose. Here he talks about the clarity of our mind. Here, Julian, that is the litigator, he says that our mind should be as pure and as beautiful as a garden, so that always good thoughts and happy thoughts can enter our mind, so that which affects our body, our surroundings, everything. If our mind is filled with dirt, unreasonable thinking, and all the reasons or all the thinking which we are not supposed to think, then we are going to do actions, or we are going to make our day, and we are going to make our body, or we are going to make our mind a dirt place which we don't want to. So he gives him a technique, or informs him about this technique, that is called the Heart of Rose, which says that you have to stare at a rose which gives you good thoughts, and think about the beautiful things which you observe in the rose. Then comes the secret of lake, which he says that the sages always used to stare into the water, and they used to see about the future which they want to see about themselves. So whatever good or whatever the future they had in their mind about themselves, they would see in that reflection of the water, and then they will act accordingly to achieve that goal. Then the other one is the 10 rituals, which are early awakening, solitude, physicality. There is ritual of nourishment, abundant knowledge, personal reflection, music, spoken words, then congruent characters, and simplicity. Well, early awakening, as you can figure out, that you should wake up early and be in a peaceful place where you can have a clear thoughts what you want your day and how you want to act accordingly. Then the solitude is to thank everything, and realize what you have and to act accordingly. Then the physicality is to do some exercise and get your blood flow all through your body in early morning, so that you are fresh and active. Then live nourishment is to have a vegetarian diet, so that your body has perfect nutrition and it is clear without any kind of impurity. The abundant knowledge is, it talks about to read something for at least uh, at least 30 minutes a day, which can be anything, but it shouldn't be like any newspaper or any information, but it should be helpful to your mind and towards yourself. Then it talks about the ritual of music, that is to listen some peaceful calm music before and after like sleeping, which helps your mind to calm down. Then it is spoken word, that is affirmation. It talks about you should prepare a mantra or affirmation, that whenever you are feeling low or you feel that you are not going to achieve the goal, you should repeat that mantra so that you can achieve it and you get motivated about that through that mantra and everything. Then it talks about congruent character. It says that whatever action you start, you should continue it for 21 days, which will automatically become a routine of yours. And then you won't have to think that, oh, today I have to do this action, but it will be a part of your routine. So it will be very easy for you to carry it out. And the last is simplicity, which is you have to be simple in your life. Leave all the extra activities which you are doing. Just be simple and be pure. Well, here it also says that he says to his friend that you have to continue all these actions or all these rituals and things for 1 month very rigorously and with all your efforts, which will help you and which will improve your life immediately. So I'm still reading this book and I still have to find out what he does, or does he get the does he follow it or not. So yeah, so I hope this is helpful to you, and thank you.
So third book is That Will Never Work. Samika sent me the summary, and this book is basically on startups. How to start a business or how to start a company, how many problems a person can face while starting a business or a company, how to build a company's culture is been explained in this book, and from the summary I've decided to read this book. Now, it has been written by Mark Randolph, the co-founder and first CEO of Netflix, has done a beautiful job to explain and walk through what it takes to start a business or a startup, build a company's culture, how to deal with the problems, have a happy family amidst all the chaos of the startups, and leave a company that has started on the safe hands of Reed Hastings, which is now valued at $150 million. Okay, some of the key takeaways also been given in the summary, which has been written by Mark Randolph and which is beautifully explained by him. So first one is nobody knows anything. Means what Mark want to say is, believe in yourself. There will be dozens of people saying that your idea will never work, but guess what, they don't know even a thing about it. Okay, second one is, once you achieve your dream, then it's never your very own dream. The dream is a collective effort, the people who helped you to get closer to that imaginary state, that is dream. Third one is, the startup is not about being bags or gaming consoles. It's more about how deep you are into a process of working into something even bigger than yourself. Fourth one is, never be disappointed when your dream doesn't come true. Mark said, you got to learn to love the problem, not the solution. Okay. So the bottom line is, if you want to see how Netflix was built and want some insights about how Silicon Valley used to function back in 1997-2002, then this book is for you. You must read this book. Okay. Thank you.
Hello friends, I am Purva and here I am today to give you the summary about the book that I have read, and I have read The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. It is the biography of the author and various other persons who are speakers, writers, teachers, and they have shared their experiences of using Secret and what impact they had in their life after using the Secret. The book has got 10 chapters, each explaining what is Secret, how to use it, and what effects you will have after using the Secret. The book is all about law of attraction and It explains what is law of attraction, how it is used, and what effects it will have. The Secret talks about you, your very self. It says that everything is up here. What you think is what you will become. Whether it is positive or negative, good or bad, small or big, it is all up in your head. So you should clear things out for achieving what you really want. It tells us that what you think is what you will receive in return, and the universe will only help you to receive what you are thinking. For example, if you are thinking that I am not good at this, then the universe will say that your wish is my command, and will only help you to acknowledge that you are not good at it. It will not help you in any way to make better out of it. So it tells that what you think is ultimately what you will receive, whether negative or positive. So it ultimately tells us that we should be more positive, and our mindset should be more positive so that in order to achieve what we really want. The book even talks about attitude of gratitude, which means that we should always be thankful for whatever we have in life, for our surroundings. If we are not grateful or thankful for whatever we have in life, then we will not be able to achieve what we really want. We should always thank for whatever we have. If you keep thinking that I am not enough, I don't have enough, I don't have that, I don't have this, and the surrounding is so negative, the universe will only give you more negativity in your life. So you should be more thankful about what you have, because it will help you to reach to a step closer to your goal or your dream. The book has given the steps to use the secret. There are 3 steps. First step is ask. You have to make the command to the universe that I want this thing. Let the universe know what you really want. Second is believe. You should believe in yourself. You should believe that you will ultimately at some day in your life will receive the thing you really want. For example, if you want to buy a house at one point of time in your life, then first step is ask. Make the wish to the universe. Let the universe know that you want to buy a house. Second, believe that you will someday anyhow will receive the house. You will buy the house of your dreams. Third is receive. Receive means to feel happy about it. To feel that one day after when you really want that house and you have bought that house, then how happy you will be, or what that house will how that house will affect you, what effects you will have after receiving that, and how you will really feel. You have to feel those feelings right now in order to get closer to your dream or your goal of receiving that house. So I would like to say that it is great book for self-help. If you think that what am I doing wrong in life, or why am I so negative, or there is negative around me, or why my life is falling apart, then I would say that you should read this book at least once. Thank you.